going on YouTube? Seth back with Lost Legion TCG, here to do a dinosaur deck profile. The thing about dinosaurs is that there's probably 20 different builds you could do. Some are better than others, some are more fun than others. It's just personal preference and how badly you want to win. Dinosaurs themselves can hard carry a lot of players to a lot of wins because of just the sheer power level of the deck. And Ultimate Conductor Tyranno is the great equalizer. It can just punch through pretty much anything. Nothing's really a problem for it. That being said, this is my take on the Wind Barrier Statue build of dinosaurs for this format. If you want to see some different dinosaur builds, let us know. I can throw them together. I love this deck. I know this deck like the back of my hand. One of my personal favorites is Nephthys Dino, which was on the channel previously, and stay tuned for an updated version of that coming here. We'll get right into this without further ado. 3 copies of Oviraptor. This is nothing new. If you have ever played dinosaurs, if you have ever played against dinosaurs, you probably know what Oviraptor does. On summon, it adds a dinosaur, dumps a dinosaur. It's great. It can pop another dinosaur to resurrect a dinosaur. It says destroy dinosaurs. It's good. 3 copies of Misk. Have your red Misk. This card is insane. I shouldn't need to explain what this card does, but this card says my dinosaurs are unaffected by your activated card effects. That's all the card had to say, and you'd play 3 of it. But on top of it, it special summons from deck. The card's great. 3 copies of Baby Ceratosaurus. Your not once per turn special summon a lot of dinosaurs from the deck card. And with a decent opening hand and your average combo, you will resolve Baby Ceratosaurus probably at least 2 copies of it. We played 2 copies of Petite Pteranodon. I know a lot of people only play 1. I like 2 just as an additional baby I can draw with, so I don't have to search it, so I can search for other pieces that are just more fun to use, I guess. I don't know. Petite Pteranodon can special summon Pankratops, which Baby Ceratosaurus cannot. Pankratops is an additional interruption on your end board. We played 2 copies of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. UCT, the great equalizer himself. You can get away with 1 copy. I prefer 2 because a lot of the times with your hand, if you can hard summon the first one, you can use your evolution pill to summon your Pankratops or your Overtext Coatlas if you choose to still play it. We are not for this particular profile, although I don't think that the card is bad. Do not listen to them. The card is not bad. 2 copies of Archosaur. Archosaur is your new best friend with this deck. He's the new expensive boy. Pops dinosaurs on summon. Searches double evolution pill. He's a level 1, so Misk gets him for free just by drawing it. Card's insane, honestly. 1 Pankratops. Pankratops is Pankratops. I wish we could play more. Card's at 1, unfortunately. And 1 copy of Giant Rex. That rounds out the dinosaurs, but the main board monsters, you play the 1 copy of the Wind Barrier Statue so you can summon it from the deck. And then some hand traps, which is 3 Ghost Bell, 3 Ash Blossom. Ghost Bell is really good right now. Ash Blossom is the most generic hand trap in the game. I say this every time we play Ash Blossom. It hits every deck. Every deck has a place where you can use Ash. That's it for the monsters. We'll get into the spell cards now. 3 copies of your not once per turn reinforcement of the army. Fossil Dig. Adds level 6 or lower dinosaur. Card's insane. Not once per turn. 2 copies of Lost World. I go back and forth between 2 and 3 copies of Lost World. I decided to opt for 2 copies and a terraforming in this build. With the terraforming, we're also playing the 1 Mystic Mine. So depending on where you're at, your terraforming can search your mine or your Lost World. Lost World is absolutely broken. It affords you targeting protection. It gives you a token on your opponent's field that you can use to extend your combos with Oviraptor. It allows you to protect normal monsters on the field and pop your babies from deck to get their effects. Lost World is absolutely insane. Most people know to negate this card, but when I started playing dinosaurs Some people just let this card resolve and then they lost. 2 copies of Double Evolution Pill. This card's searchable through Archosaur, which is the main reason most people don't play Coatlas anymore. It used to be a staple, now you don't play it. You can if you want to. It's not bad. I said that earlier. I will reiterate, the card is not bad. But Double Evolution Pill. Banish a dinosaur and non-dinosaur for cost, so it dodges Ghost Spell. Special summon a dinosaur from hand or deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. This card's insane. Summons Ultimate Conductor, summons Pancratops, it summons Titano if you're going for the Calamities build. It can summon Coatlas if you're playing the copy of it. 2 hard summon the Conductor. We play 3 copies of Forbidden Droplet. Droplet is one of the best spell cards in the game right now. This card is absolutely insane. If you can't afford droplets, you can play Forbidden Chalice, you can play Imperms, you can up your hand trap count. There's a lot of options for this deck. You can also get away with 1 Archosaur. So dinosaurs are a deck that you can play extremely budget and be successful with. If you want to see a budget dinosaur profile, let me know. We'll get it up for you guys. 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone. Back row sucks. This deck can't really handle a lot of back row. It's actually dinosaur's main weakness. If you asked me how to beat dinosaurs, I would just say trap cards. Cosmic deals with those. 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave is basically, it's not a necessity in dinosaurs because you have Misk, but it is still, sometimes a hand trap can really hurt. Like if they ash your baby or something, and if you have to call it by, then it's just an extender. You can also play Gammas if you want to. I opted not to play Gammas, but having Gamma when your opponent tries to ash your Misk special summon is just incredible. That's it for the main board. We'll get into the extra deck here. I opted to go with 2 copies of Evolzar Lagia. Lagia is your judgment on legs. I also opted to go with 2 copies of Dolka. Normally you'll play probably right now 2 Dolka, 1 Lagia, and you'll be fine with that. I opted to play a second Lagia simply because I like the card. You don't need to play 2 Lagia. You can fill it in with another rank 4. You can play another Link. You can play Access Code in this deck for some reason. You can. I don't know why it works so well, but it does. 1 copy of Abyss Dweller, 1 copy of Tornado Dragon, and 1 copy of Dugaris to round out the links. Dugaris can turn your Conductor into a 7,000 attack monster, and Conductor can already punch everything. That's insane. Dugaris can draw you cards. It's broken. That's it for the XZs. Into the Link monsters, we play 1 copy of Link Karibo and the 1 Secure Gardna to turn it into. This comes up more than I'd like to admit, where you have to turn your Archosaur into the Link Karibo and then turn the Link Karibo into a Secure Gardna just so you have a dinosaur and a non-dinosaur engraved for the Double Evolution Pill that you searched with your Archosaur. It's not the greatest combo, but it happens, so the Secure Gardna will stay into the deck until we have a better option. 1 copy of Relinquished Anima. This happens to come up sometimes. If your opponent is not thinking where they put their zones, you go second, you get your Archosaur, turn it into Anima, and then just get rid of a threat that way. It comes up. You don't need to play Anima. You can play a second Link Karibo. You can play a rank 4. The thing about dinosaurs is that there is so much space in the extra deck. You need essentially Dolka, Lagia, probably Link Karibo, and then the only other card in this deck that I consider an absolute necessity is Penistag. Penistag turns your Conductor into a certified OTK machine, as if it wasn't already. You can book everything with Conductor, make a Penistag above it, and do piercing on every single monster it battles. If your opponent's playing something that doesn't have a ton of defense, then just GG. Especially if you can make it 7k under the Penistag and just pierce the whole board with a 7,000 attack monster. absolutely broken. We play one copy of Nightmare Phoenix. Like I said earlier, this deck really does not like back row. Back row is a huge problem for dinosaurs. There can be only one is a big problem. Like summon limit cards like that, they're just a huge problem for this deck to deal with. And any way we can deal with those cards without having to waste resources is just gonna be good. One copy of Reaperdocus, and with the Reaperdocus comes the Samorglink. The Bird of Sovereignty is used to special summon your Wind Barrier statue during the end phase. This is my personal favorite build right now, but I recognize that you can play the True King build and all of that. I just think that the Wind Barrier statue is really great. The Wind Barrier statue is so great that Tri Brigade has been able to make a win condition out of it. So if you take that Wind Barrier statue and back it up with a Blagia or a Dolka and a Conductor, it just becomes overwhelming, and a lot of decks just can't handle that. The last card in our extra deck we play is one Unicorn. Unicorn spins cards, and that's what it does. You don't need to play Unicorn. You can play all kinds of things. Whatever links you have, you can probably play them. The main purpose of the links in this deck are just to put your dinosaurs in grave where you can use them to extend into more dinosaurs. This personal extra deck that I have assembled is just what has worked for me recently in testing. If I were to build this deck again next week, the extra deck might look completely different. Dinosaurs are super adaptable to whatever you're playing against, and that's why they're one of my favorite decks. That's it for the profile. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Make sure to leave us a like, comment, subscribe. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know anything you'd like to see in the future. And until next time, thanks for watching, guys.